Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Plum Talk Radio. Today we are talking about a very important topic. We are talking about skincare. Specifically, we are talking about anti-aging skincare. So right at this very moment, I am cringing. I'm sure a lot of you want to know why. I am thinking of all the abuse my personal skin has taken over the years. Oh yes, I remember the days when I used to put betadine and baby oil on my skin to tan. I can only imagine the damage that I did back then. So I know that a lot of you out there probably have your crazy stories too. You know, speaking of crazy stories, it's funny, I have an article in front of me, and it's from, it's from Everyday Health. And you know, they were outlining some of the, how should I say it, the not so mainstream products that people put on their skin. So what are they? You know, some of the celebrities, they put a lot of crazy stuff on their skin. Kate Middleton, according to this article, used to put bee venom on her skin. J-Lo used to have placenta byproducts ground down into a powder, and she used to make a facial mask with it. And Demi Moore, this is my favorite, this is my personal favorite, Demi Moore used to use leech therapy as an anti-aging regimen. That's crazy. It just gives me the chills. You know, I think we'll all agree that there is much out in the market today on skincare. That's why today we are very fortunate to have Dr. Kim Crawford with us. Now, Dr. Kim, as we call her, is an internist and a certified anti-aging medical doctor. We are fortunate to have her with us today. After we take a moment to hear from our sponsor, we will find out from Dr. Kim if she can indeed turn back the hands of time for us. We'll be back in a few. The LA Podiatry Group considers their team members family. That family includes their physicians and staff, but would not be complete without you, their patients. Their board-certified physicians and caring staff are committed to the highest level of podiatric medical care, community education, and patient convenience. To find out more or to make an appointment, go to lapodiatrygroup.com or call 561-433-5577. That's 561-433-5577. Well, hello, everyone. This is Dr. Shelley Plum. We are back, and I am incredibly excited to talk about the topic at hand today. I have Dr. Kim Crawford with me. Dr. Crawford, for those of you not familiar with her, she is actually board certified, and I will tell you, it's a learning experience. She's board certified in both American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, which is categorized as A4M, and internal medicine. So she knows quite a bit about the topic at hand and anti-aging. Hi, Dr. Kim. How are you?
Well, hey, Shelley. Nice to talk to you. Very nice.
Before we get started, very quickly, and I know you educated me on this, and we are talking about anti-aging today, so I think it's really pertinent for people to know. When people are looking for an anti-aging doctor, I have seen these credentials behind your name, but they're not behind everybody's name. A4M, what does that mean?
Well, it's the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine, and anybody can put A4M. What you can't put behind your name, unless you're board certified, is ABAARM. That's certified by American Board of Anti-Aging and Regenerative Medicine. So you want to look for ABAARM after the MD, and if you don't see it, you're not getting a board-certified anti-aging medicine. Somebody can go to a few A4 meetings or go to, a Cenogenics weekend or a Body Logics weekend, and they can call themselves an anti-aging doctor.
Right. No, I totally agree, and I think I can speak from my standpoint with regards to aging. Aging is not easy, and I think we're all looking for something or products that will turn back the hands of time, so to speak. And and when I think of beauty as a clock, and as a consumer, not being in the anti-aging business, I have to admit that it's confusing. There are so many products that are out there, and I am curious, for our viewers, can you share, do you think that there are products, or have you seen any products that are out there that are not good for us, that we may not know about, that might actually be accelerating aging?
Would you mind if I just kind of preface my answer with just kind of the whole inside out versus outside in and and somebody's appearance?
Please do, yes.
Okay. Well, the way we look, most people think it's all about what we put on our skin, what we put on from the outside in. But what makes more of an impact on the amount of pigmentation, loss of brightness, loss of collagen and elastin, the skin's building blocks, loss of hyaluronic acid, the water, if you will, that holds our skin together and gives us the plumpness. What really makes us look older first is what's going on inside. Most people have...
that's interesting.
Yep. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things. Most people have what's called oxidative stress, and that's really inversely proportional to the amount of fruits and vegetables we're all eating. Should be 12 to 15 servings a day. No one's getting anywhere near that. Everybody has to do some sort of supplementation. And the other thing is internal inflammation. Most people have it. Most people don't know they have it until they get an inflammatory disease. And even things like diabetes is an inflammatory disease. More than half of Americans have it. Heart disease, cancer, autoimmune diseases, etc. So if we just take care of oxidative stress, inflammation, and something else called glycation, which is, how high is our fasting blood sugar? We don't have to be diabetic to have a blood sugar that's too high and causing what's called glycation, or stiffening of all the cells, including skin cells. And if our stress levels are high, if we're kind of type A people, if we're working hard like you and I and a lot of the listeners out there, our cortisol levels can be high. If our cortisol levels are high, it depresses our immune system. It makes our skin look worse. So, we have to clean up. We have to clean up the insides, and you don't need to go to an anti-aging doctor. I have a website that is an online anti-aging website where I can clear up all of those problems, and within a month, even if you clear up those problems, within a month to 6 weeks, you start looking younger. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now,
what you're saying is a lot of us are defaulting to, okay, let's put more and more or less and less on our skin, but really the anti-aging starts from within.
It does. It starts from within. We have to fix the insides, and when we fix the insides, not only do we keep ourselves healthy and prevent diseases, but our outsides look younger. I mean, I have patients that are in amazing health. I just saw a guy last week that was an Olympic cyclist and now is a coach, and he's 74. The guy looks 50, and
incredible.
He looks amazing. And if somebody really takes care of themselves, you can see it. The worst things you can do are smoke or go out in the sun without sunblock. There's nothing worse, and smoking really causes inflammation and oxidative stress.
Wow.
Smoking is very easy for me to help somebody stop smoking, like I said, even with the online business. But I'm going to get to your question now, because I've just gone blah, blah, blah about...
That's okay, because we need that foundation. And you know what? It's important. I mean, beauty is from the inside out and the outside in. So they both play together.
Right. Now, your question was, are there things that we're putting on our face that are possibly causing aging? Well, right. Some people just think more is better. And right. Yeah, and so now there's a difference between exfoliation, which is getting off the dead skin, which builds up. As we get older, the stratum corneum, which is the outer layer of our epidermis, does not slough off as easily as when we were younger. And so because of that, that's why as we age, we tend to have a duller looking appearance rather than a glowing appearance. But if we get a good exfoliant going, and for people over 40, I always recommend a gentle enzymatic exfoliant that can be put on like a mask and taken off. There's a lot of good ones out there. Because I happen to sell these on my website, I'm not going to mention brands, because of course I would mention my brand is the best.
Sure, yes.
I had a spa products company that I sold, and all of these the products that I have nothing artificial. They're all organic, and they're all approved by Skin Deep. So, but getting back to the question about, what can we do that's going to make things worse? Well, we can actually do so much exfoliation and put on so many things that are irritative, like lactic acid and glycolic lotion, used correctly, great, gives us a nice gentle exfoliation. But if you mix that and, you're mixing salicylic acid, if you're trying to lighten your skin with hydroquinone, which nobody should be doing because it's probably carcinogenic, if we're combining too many conflicting skin ingredients, it's just like somebody who's taking too many pharmaceuticals. There's going to be reactions in the body that are going to be untoward reactions. Same thing with the skin. We can actually cause such irritation from basically what I call overcooked skin that we suppress our collagen production, we suppress the amount of hyaluronic acid, the skin looks dull, or it can just look kind of red and beefy. So, if you haven't gotten yourself really educated about what to use on your skin, talking to a professional would be a good idea, or just doing some research and finding some good websites that have blogs or articles about skin where it sounds like the person knows what they're talking about and is qualified to be talking about, anti-aging skincare products.
Right. And I mean, I will be the first to admit that I have been guilty of that overload that you were talking about, because as a consumer, like I was saying, it's very confusing. And so you end up saying, oh, that looks good, I'll put that on. Oh, that looks good, I'll put that on. And then pretty soon you have a whole drawer full of products that you're kind of halfway using. And, one in particular that you and I had kind of gone back and forth about that I am completely curious to hear more about is stem cell cytokines. And do they have any role in the anti-aging process?
Oh my goodness, this is really the most emerging classification of skincare products. Stem cells are everywhere. We're now even finding out that we have stem cells in our brain that we can stimulate and make new neurons. So
that's incredible.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they're everywhere, and if you go to an anti-aging doctor that knows how to stimulate the stem cells you need stimulated, then that's a very good thing. Now, if you're talking about stem cell cytokines, where they're being used, there's about 5 product lines that use stem cell cytokines. Now, these are stem cells. In 4 products, they use washed what are called mesenchymal. That's the middle of the body, okay, if you're thinking about embryonic development, mesenchymal, and they'll use liposuction discarded fat cells. And of course, they're washed and sterilized, and there's nothing to worry about. And what's interesting is there have been recent studies that show that the 4 brands that use these type of cytokines, the cytokines are actually signals that the mesenchymal cells send to the skin stem cells to proliferate, to heal faster. We have way less of these as we age, so if we put these on topically, they are absorbed and they are used. But the 4 brands that use, and women, men, look at your products. There are 4 brands that use the liposuction-derived stem cell cytokines. They are actually turning out to be what are called pro-inflammatory cytokines. Okay, we can have inflammatory or anti-inflammatory. One of the reasons our skin ages is we have inflammation of the skin from anything from the sun to pollution to just, all sorts of things that cause free radicals on the skin. But if you put an anti-inflammatory stem cell cytokine preparation, you quiet down the inflammation and you stimulate collagen elastin production, all sorts of good things. And there's one brand again, because I carry it, I'm not going to mention the brand, but there is only one brand that carries stem cell cytokines derived from bone marrow. Those are the only ones that are shown to be anti-inflammatory.
Oh, is that right? I did not know that.
Well, until I learned about it, I didn't know it either. And there are other products that are really very much fooling the consumer because they're made from plant stem cells, and there is no evidence that putting plant stem cells on your skin does anything other than drain your pocketbook. So that,
Is that right? Okay, that is interesting to know.
So, and the stem cell cytokine anti-inflammatory preparation that I recommend has, niacinamide, which plumps skin, and retinol and vitamin C and all sorts of really good, good ingredients in the product itself. And I personally use it, of course, and it comes with a serum and an accelerator, and a lot of these products do. But again, make sure that you're reading that you're not getting plant cells, because that's going to do nothing, and make sure that if you read that it's, and some of these products are very pricey, that it contains the fat-derived mesenchymal stem cells, and you can find this on the internet. You don't have to take my word for it. These are inflammatory cytokines. So,
I see. Inflammatory. So that is a very important distinction, is the inflammatory versus the non-inflammatory. There is one product in particular that I have to tell you I'm a big fan of. I feel like it makes a difference. Whether or not it does, I don't know, and I'm curious to get your take on it. I am a big fan of hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. What are your thoughts on that? Do they work? And if they do work, how do they work?
Well, here's the thing. You've got the epidermis, that outer layer of your skin, and then right underneath it is the dermal layer, and that's the skin that really contains all the good stuff, the collagen, the elastin, and it's made up of 70% water, and about 50% of your body's total hyaluronic acid allotment is in your dermal layer. So, and what it does in the dermal layer is it supports and hydrates the skin so that, your skin looks plumper. And, as we age, the amount of hyaluronic acid decreases. In fact, as an adult, we have only 1/20th the amount of hyaluronic acid that we had as a baby, okay?
Oh,
so
wow.
Our skin membranes become dehydrated. This can then lead to flaking and fine lines, surface roughness, a lot more. Dry skin can also lead to wrinkly skin. Wrinkles come about because we lose collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. And so, if elastin isn't surrounded by hyaluronic acid, it becomes dry and brittle, and so we have, therefore, a more loose and less elastic skin, too. So we want hyaluronic acid. Here's the problem. People don't know the difference between hyaluronic acid and sodium hyaluronate. Hyaluronic is what is used for injectables by an aesthetic dermatologist or a plastic surgeon, okay? It binds water, it can be injected into the dermis, and there, when it's injected, it clings onto water, supports the collagen elastin, makes the face plump, gets rid of lines. But when you take hyaluronic acid, which is long chain, it topically does nothing, absolutely nothing. So
that
if you
is
look
interesting.
and if you see the ingredient is hyaluronic acid, it's like, no, not topically. You need sodium hyaluronate, and that's the sodium salt of hyaluronic acid. And it's a smaller molecular size, so it'll penetrate your skin. And that you can really see the difference because it can retain about 1,000 times its own weight in water. It can penetrate to the lower layers of the skin, attract and retain water, and it can also promote the absorption of nutrients such as vitamin C. Now, so that's the story about hyaluronic acid. You want to look for sodium hyaluronate. End of story. Now,
that's a good tip. That's a good tip, because I will tell you that I am not using that. So it's good to know.
I looked up what you're using, and no, you are not. So there you go, Doctor.
That actually brings up a good point. And I got together all of my nighttime supplies because I am curious to know, what you think about it. And I knew that a lot of my friends actually use very similar products. So are you ready? Can we go over each one?
Well, did you want me to make a comment about the vitamin C with the hyaluronic?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. We went over that. Yeah, vitamin C. Because they a lot of times pair the hyaluronic acid with the vitamin C. So what does vitamin C do, and why is it important in conjunction with hyaluronic?
Well, I think it's important because Dr. Oz made all of us think about it, quite honestly.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
But vitamin C does help the skin because on the skin, remember, skin inflammation causes aging, oxidative stress on the skin causes aging, and so it can get rid of free radicals that are caused by sun damage and pollution. It can boost collagen production. It can reduce the appearance of melasma and other brown spots. It can fade post-acne, scarring, and it actually can boost the effectiveness of your sunscreen, which you should always wear. Now, there are other antioxidants. Vitamin C isn't the only one. There's CoQ10, there's resveratrol, there's vitamin E, there's ferulic acid. There's a whole bunch of them, but it seems like vitamin C has really been studied the longest. The one thing that we don't want to do, that a lot of women will make the mistake of, is that thinking a higher percentage is better. Now, we hear about 15 to 20%. You need 15 to 20%. Well, you know what? You do not need 15 to 20%. It's been shown that as little as 0.6% is just as effective, and it won't basically kind of singe the epidermis. Most women have skin that's too sensitive to take a 20%. And so... Wow. And so what you want, if you want to use a 20%, they have real El Cheapo short-chain hyaluronic acid and 20% vitamin C's that you can get on Amazon. And for instance, I'll use that on my arms and legs just to kind of keep those fresh. But on my face, I use a really good lower concentration vitamin C, a high concentration of sodium hyaluronate, and then what I'll do, and it takes you about a minute, but you get incredible penetration, up to 100 times better, is you can get a little $10 5-millimeter roller. So you put on your hyaluronic acid and vitamin C serum as your first layer, and then you roll it in, and then that creates little micro pores, and so every other layer you put on will go in better. So I'll put on my hyaluronic acid and C, roll, then put on my stem cell cytokine serum, then put on my stem cell cytokine activator, and then if I'm going out, put on my sunscreen.
I have been using this skincare regimen for years, quite frankly, and it feels good and it smells good, and I'll be honest with you. So the first one I wanted to get your input on, I know a lot of my friends, for example, are using this, the brand is Andalou. Mm-hmm. It's the fruit stem cell science. Now, just hearing what you said just a moment ago about the fruit stem cells, I have a feeling that you probably don't agree with that. It's a cleanser. It's apricot cleansing milk. That's what they call it. What do you think of that?
Well, I will tell you that this product will do you no harm. It does not.
Okay.
It doesn't have parabens and all those nasty preservatives. It's organic. Putting topical probiotics on skin does absolutely nothing. Taking the proper probiotics internally, preceded by prebiotics, so you can clean out your GI tract, does actually help your skin.
There you go. We're treating from the inside out again. That makes sense.
Exactly, but putting probiotics on your face, really, it does nothing. But you know, if it feels good and smells good, this is I have no problem with you using this. It's not doing you any harm. And a cleanser, you're not going to get a lot of oomph from a cleanser unless you've got acne or oily skin, which you do not. So I would say that's perfectly fine. Do you have like moderate to dry skin?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And in the second product I was going to ask you about, it seems to help with the dry component of that. Is it a, super, and forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's GOJI.
Right.
Peptide Perfecting Cream, and I've always wondered, is that just a fancy name for nothing, or does that actually do something?
Well, you know what, there are ingredients. Again, this is another one where it's organic. It doesn't have harmful preservatives in it. There are some nice ingredients. I just don't know the percentage of ingredients. But sunflower oil has vitamin E, which is nice for for a free radical protectant and a moisturizer. The resveratrol and CoQ10 are good antioxidants. Again, I don't know how much is in there. And then things like shea butter, that's what gives it what we call slip, and gives it the ability to penetrate. Let's see, there's jojoba oil, there's goji.
And that's goji is the one that's in this cream here.
Yep, goji, I'm looking at your cream, yeah, and the vitamin E. So there's definitely, there's borage. There's things that, even primrose oil that's been shown to calm a little bit of redness. White tea, that's another antioxidant. There's nothing I would say is bad or harmful. There are some good antioxidants. If it's making you feel good, I don't know how much it's doing. It has a hyaluronic acid. It doesn't have sodium hyaluronate, so you're not getting as much plumping as you could be getting from a sodium hyaluronate containing product. But again, if you like it, it's not doing you any harm. It's probably doing you a little good. Could you do better? Yeah, you could.
Thank you. I want to take this opportunity. I think we're running out of time, but yeah, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. I mean, I can't tell you how much this information has really cleared up a lot of the myths that are in my mind regarding skincare. Thank you, Dr. Kim, so much.
Well, Dr. Shelley, it is my pleasure, and if you want to talk to me privately about anything, or any of your viewers want to email me and ask me a question, they're welcome to just go to my site, and I'll just give you a shortcut. It's Dr. Kim's Age Well Solutions, but instead of typing all that in, .com, you can just write DrKimsaws.com, and that's a shortcut to the website.
And to all the listeners out there, I thank you very much for joining us. We're going to take a short break and listen to a word from our sponsor, and we will be back in a moment. Thank you.
If you are new to LA Podiatry, they have one word to say: welcome. Their staff and physicians take pride in treating every patient like they are a priority. They will continue to take strides with their patients towards optimal foot and ankle health. For more information, go to lapodiatrygroup.com, visit them on Facebook, or call 561-433-5577. an amazing interview, right? I mean, there is so much to learn when it comes to skincare. There is so much to learn when it comes to anti-aging. It seems like skincare and anti-aging certainly go hand in hand. I'll tell you one thing. I will give you a yes, yes, yes all day long to that hyaluronic acid and stem cell products, but I will most certainly give you a big fat no when it comes to leeches. Oh my goodness, I don't think I'll ever do that. I'm getting chills just thinking about it right now. So having said that, I just wanted to give you a quick reminder to visit us at plumtalkwomen.com or message us at info@plumtalkwomen.com. Let us know. We want to know what is on your mind. We want to know what would make your life easier. It is you, and I hope you know it. It is you that fuels our ambition and desire. Together, we can get the resources to the people that need it most. We are grateful for you. So, until next time, this is Dr. Shelley Plum. Make it not a good day, not an okay day. Make it a great day. Make every moment count.